Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the NFL this season, especially the NFC North, you know that things are heating up. But what I'm about to tell you might just be the biggest shakeup yet, with serious implications for the Packers' future. Rumor has it that the Cincinnati Bengals, currently sitting at a disappointing 4-9 with their defense allowing nearly 32 points per game, are thinking about making a bold move. And that move? Trading Ja'Marr Chase, one of the most explosive young receivers in the league, to Green Bay. Yes, you heard that right. The Bengals are reportedly open to trading Chase in exchange for a first-round pick and a wide receiver, focusing on freeing up cap space, around $7.8 million, to rebuild their struggling defense. And this isn't just idle chatter. The buzz around NFL insiders like Adam Schefter and John Rossini suggests that Cincinnati's priority right now is shoring up their offensive line, which has been a weak point all season, while the Packers are looking to add that explosive weapon to turn their offense into a nightmare for defenses. Let's dig into why this potential trade makes so much sense and what it could mean for Green Bay. First, Chase, at just 25 years old, has been nothing short of spectacular this season. He has amassed over 15 receiving yards on 91 catches with an impressive average of 11. 2 yards per reception, along with 5 touchdowns. His targets sit at 139, and his PFF grade is a very solid 88.6, making him one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league this year. His YAC, yards after catch, is over 6.9 yards, and he's been a big play machine, elevating the offense's EPA target by nearly 0.88. Chase's deep route efficiency is elite, catching around 65% of his targets on deep routes, similar to the way Tyreek Hill is used in Kansas City. His career stats are even more impressive, with over 500 receiving yards, more than 40 touchdowns, and a career PFF grade of 90. Showing consistency and high-level production. Plus, he's missed only 1 game due to injury, which is a huge plus for durability. His yards after catch, over 398 yards, highlight his ability to turn small plays into big gains. Imagine Chase in Green Bay's offense. Imagine the explosive plays, the mismatches created against defenses. This is a player who could instantly change the complexion of the Packers' attack. He's comparable to the likes of DK Metcalf when it comes to deep routes, and his presence could elevate the entire offense by at least 20% EPA per pass. His ability to stretch the field would open up space for Christian Watson, who has been a solid deep threat himself. But with Chase on the field, the defense can't just focus on Watson anymore. Chase would give Green Bay around 200 receiving yards, boost the offense's average points per game to nearly 28, and create a ton of big play opportunities that can swing games in their favor. But why would Cincinnati make such a move? Well, with a cap hit of around $7.8 million, Chase's contract is manageable, especially considering they are struggling to contain opponents, allowing nearly 413 points this season. And their defense, which is allowing 8 points per game, is a major weakness. The Bengals are looking to get younger and more cap-friendly by moving Chase, who carries a $22 million cap hit in future years. They need draft picks to rebuild their front 7 and offensive line, which has been a problem all year. Cincinnati has struggled in third down conversions, converting only about 9% of third downs, and they need to inject youth into their roster. Moving Chase for a first-round pick and another receiver makes strategic sense. They get cap relief, a future asset, and help rebuild their roster. It's a classic rebuild move to address their issues on both sides of the ball. From Green Bay's perspective, this is a game changer. They can free up around $3 million in cap space through a few roster moves, including cuts, and then bring in Chase to add a mismatch for opposing secondaries. Pairing him with Christian Watson would be a nightmare for defenses. Chase's ability to generate over 28 yards per route, combined with Watson's deep threat, could turn the Packers' offense into one of the most explosive in the league. Their current offense averages around 24.8 points per game, but with Chase, that number could realistically jump to 28 or more, especially considering the potential for big plays and increased efficiency in the passing game. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could completely change the trajectory of the Packers' season. If Chase joins the team, I'd expect their chances of making a serious Super Bowl run to skyrocket. Bookmakers have already shifted the odds, with the Packers' Super Bowl futures jumping from plus 1,200 to plus 300, meaning they're now considered much more serious contenders. Chase would be an X-factor in the playoffs, adding around 25% to their chances of winning if they face elite defenses. Meanwhile, Cincinnati's odds to reach the playoffs could plummet, as they would lose a key piece of their offense, and their rebuild would take a major step forward. Now, it's important to note that all of this hinges on negotiations, and whether the Bengals are truly willing to part ways with Chase. But insiders believe that Cincinnati is in a position where they have to consider it, especially if they want to rebuild quickly and stay competitive in the future. For Green Bay, the opportunity to add a player of Chase's caliber isn't just a shot in the arm. It's potentially the move that propels them back into serious Super Bowl contention, especially if their young quarterback, Jordan Love, continues to develop and thrive under the right weapons. And think about the ripple effect. If Green Bay lands Chase, it sends a message across the league that they're all in for a deep playoff run. It also signals to other contenders that the Packers are not messing around. They're willing to make bold moves to secure their future. The addition of Chase could also help them win in multiple ways: deep passing, yards after catch, and creating mismatches all over the field. It's a strategic move that aligns with their current rebuilding phase, and it could mark the beginning of a new era of explosiveness for the Packers. Of course, all of this is still speculative, but given the current landscape and the needs of both teams, it's a scenario that makes a lot of sense. The Bengals need to get younger and rebuild their defense, while the Packers are hungry for a game-changing receiver who can elevate their offense to the next level. It's a trade that would reshape the NFC North and potentially alter the balance of power in the NFC overall. So Packers fans, keep your eyes peeled. If this trade happens, it's going to be a game-changer not just for the Packers, but for the entire league. The NFC North could look very different in the coming weeks, and Green Bay could be at the center of that storm. Whether or not it materializes, the mere rumor is enough to get us all excited about what's possible and what the future holds for our beloved team. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if Green Bay manages to pull off such a deal, the impact will be felt immediately. Chase's presence would energize the offense, giving Jordan Love a true #1 receiver who can take the top off defenses and turn short passes into big gains. His ability to generate yards after the catch and win on contested catches would make the Packers' attack more versatile and unpredictable. Imagine a scenario where the offense is not just efficient but explosive, with Chase stretching defenses vertically and Watson exploiting the middle of the field. That kind of dynamic could push Green Bay into the upper echelon of NFL offenses, especially as they gear up for a playoff push. Plus, it's not just about the immediate impact. This move could set the tone for the franchise's future, signaling that the Packers are willing to make bold moves to stay competitive. It's reminiscent of some of the most legendary trades in NFL history, like the Seahawks trading for DK Metcalf and reaping the rewards, and it's exactly the kind of bold step that can define a team's legacy. The NFL is a league of moves, and right now, the Packers might just be about to make one of the most significant in recent memory. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Do you think Chase would be the perfect fit for the Packers' offense? Can you imagine the highlights, the big plays, and the playoff push? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This is an exciting time for Packers fans, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Keep the faith, stay passionate, and as always, go Pack Go.